Hi guys, welcome to the homestead. Today we are planting strawberries. I got these strawberries here at a local nursery. They were about $1 a piece. It was $14.99 for a flat, and so I got a flat and a half. So it was a little over 20 bucks. So these strawberries are pretty easy to plant. Just kind of dig out a little hole here like this. This is one of the raised beds that I made in an earlier video and filled with dirt. And then you might be able to see all this white stuff that's all over the bed here. This is fertilizer that I sprinkled over it, and I'm just going to work that in like this so that before I plant the strawberries in this area, the fertilizer is nice and worked in. So we'll do that for the whole bed as we go along. So to plant this strawberry, I'm just going to dig out a nice little hole that's about the size of the strawberry. And I'm going to take it and put it in the hole like this. And then just cover it up. Some people say that I should take these little blooms off and I shouldn't allow it to produce fruit the first year. But this strawberry is already a couple of years old, and strawberries only last about 6 years. So I'm actually going to go ahead and let them fruit, and they'll put off runners that will fruit next year. So I'm not real super worried about, if it stresses out the plant a little bit. These are pretty healthy strawberries too. I got them from a reputable nursery. I also have some strawberries that I got from here. I got these from my local big box store in one of those boxes, it says get 10 roots in it, and I bought 40 roots and I planted them in these little things, and only 8 of them survived, and they don't have any flowers or anything, and they're supposed to be 2-year-old roots. So I'm not super impressed with these, but I am going to go ahead and plant them in my garden, plant them in my flower bed after I finish planting all of these other ones, try and keep them together so I can see which ones actually do better in the long run. So, this whole bed here, it's a 10 by 4 foot bed, and it's all going to be strawberries, which my boyfriend will absolutely love, because that, I think, is his favorite food in the whole wide world. So, you might be wondering why I'm digging the holes with my glove here instead of using a spade. And the fact is that somehow my children managed to completely break the spade off. So I'm just using my hands. And just do this from the beginning. They come in these little containers here, like this. There's 2 of them in each one. And you just gently dump them out like this into your hand. Alright, so after you've squeezed them out, you should get 2 little things like this in your container. Most of them hold up pretty well, so I'll keep this for next year and put something in it. So then you just put your strawberry plant, you don't want to bury it any deeper than it's already buried. So then I just push a little dirt in those excess spots there. And I'm planting it on a nice cloudy day. That'll help my strawberries to not have any shock from being moved outside. The nursery did have them outside on a cart, so I'm guessing that they've already been a little bit hardened off. And this shed here will also help some to, it'll buffer the wind and other things. It'll give them a little shade in the afternoon, but this will be nice and sunny for most of the day, which is what you want, because strawberries need lots of sunshine to produce good strawberries. Nice red juicy ones, that is. I'm just going to push that down in there a little bit, pack the dirt around it, and then over here I'm going to work my soil in again so I get that fertilizer down in there real good. Look, we got worms. That's great, because I just got all this dirt from my neighborhood area, it's a compost blend. You can turn in your leaves and branches and whatnot to them, and then they turn it into compost and sell it. And it's quite a racket they got going because they charge you to turn in your stuff, and then they use it, turn around, and sell it after it's composted. But it's cheap. It's about 20 bucks to fill up this bed with soil, so I can't really complain because it's nice, good soil. I added a little bit of fertilizer to it to help perching it up even more. So I should have nice, good strawberries here sometime in June. So I'm actually planting these a little closer than what is recommended that you plant. It's recommended that you plant them a foot apart and then 2 feet in the rows. So it would be 2 feet apart. Because these guys will set out runners, and you know, then this whole bed will be strawberries. But I'm not too worried about that either. If it starts to get to be too much, I will just dig up the extra ones and give them to friends, give them to my family, give them to whoever wants them or needs them. So strawberries are great like that. You can give them away, or you know, maybe dig out some of the older ones that have done their time and, you know, give space for the newer ones. So I'm not super duper worried about that, about planting them closer than what is maybe recommended. I believe that, you know, I only have so much space to work with, and I got to make the most of my space. So I don't have, or I don't want to have to wait 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 years to have a whole bed of strawberries here because I planted them so far apart. So I'm planting them closer than they recommend. I guess we can see how that turns out too, huh? Alright, so down here I'm gonna plant my ones that I got from the big box store in the boxes. Look at that, another worm. Sweet. Oh, here's another one. This is full of worms, and that's great because I really just bought this. Worms, I think, is a good sign. You know, you always want worms in your... So I'm breaking some of the dirt off of this one because there's a lot of extra. See there? So, and I'm just going to make my hole right here. You don't want to cover it too deep because I'll give it root rot. It'll rot the stem right up. It's not one of those plants that you can plant it deep. It needs that, and I think that might be why some of my other ones died, because when they're in the box, they're all covered in dirt. And when they're covered in dirt, those roots start to rot. So these are the ones that are doing the best for me here. All the other ones died on me. And I told you I bought 40 of them, so I mean, I only had 8 left. That was disappointing. But next year, I won't have to worry about it. I should have a nice, big strawberry bed here that's very happy and productive. And these roots are a little longer, or maybe they're just not all bound up in the little plastic containers, because I had them in bigger containers. So maybe, who knows, maybe these will be happier strawberries. Some of these were, I got 2 kinds, and I marked the tray that they were on. They were a TriStar and an Ozark, and then they got moved off of their trays, so now I really don't know what kind of strawberries these are. So some of them might be TriStars, some of them might be Ozarks. I don't know, we're going to find out which ones are favorites, I guess. We're not really going to have a way to know which ones are our favorites, but that's okay. Make sure I didn't get that too deep there. There's no worm. I'm making a colossal mess here. Ooh, some dirt. Next time, maybe I'll take take them out of the dirt in the house so that I don't get dirt all over. And I don't really want to mix the dirt, just in case. There we go. Can't believe my kids broke my spade. That's kids for you. How do you break a... out here, give them a little bit of a watering. It's supposed to rain tonight, it's supposed to rain tomorrow. That'll be good for the flowers. I'll get that fertilizer mixed in there a little bit better, and these guys will start to take off, hopefully. So that's exciting. Off this dead part here. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. Check back and we'll see how the strawberries are doing. Look at those worms down there. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, share, all that fun stuff. Thanks.